My name is Anne Berry and I'm 69 years of age.
Hello, I'm Anastacia Lynch, 66 years of age.
Hi, my name is Westman and I'm 74 years of age.
My name is Bridget Dowling and I'll be 68 next Thursday.
Hello, my name is Catherine Berry and I'm 65.
My name is Nora McEvely and I'm 76 years of age.
I had a good childhood.
And
13 of us in it.
13 in your family.
Yeah.
Okay. And you all looked after each other, or was?
Oh, we did kill one another.
Well, it was someone to be honest.
Still do.
Well, I had a good, happy childhood. Grand. We were first in Assumption Road to get a black and white television, and the whole Assumption Road would be in the sitting room watching it. And anyone who didn't get in was outside the window looking in. That's all we could do. But we were quite happy.
Do you remember getting the first TV, or?
Yeah, I can remember to this day. Yeah.
You were saying something about putting money into the TV, is that?
Oh, that was my own television in my own house.
Yeah.
Tension or half a crown, and you put your hand underneath to catch it. And the man come, Bernard Kyle come. There's been no money in the box, but they still had to pay him though.
So who was the man? Was he like the television man?
Yeah, he was to
Right.
rent at that time. There was
Right.
no thing as buying televisions
Yes,
around
yeah,
that
yeah.
time.
He
He
had
was
to come and
rented.
collect his money from
And
the
he
TV.
made sure he was getting his money. You had to put the coin in the box. Yeah,
And the kinds were missing somehow.
yeah, and I still had to pay him though because you'd have no television.
Well, I had a good childhood. We didn't have much, but we were happy. And I loved all my brothers and sisters. And for Christmas, when I made my communion, we went down from the church to school. And we got a bun each. And the girl beside me got sick on my bun.
What kind of bun were they?
Cream buns.
Cream buns. And you destroyed your bun experience was destroyed
Yeah,
by this
and a
girl.
dress.
Oh God.
That
Okay.
was it.
The first communion was a big day.
Yeah, great day. Oh, lovely. Looking forward to this bun.
Yeah.
I come from a family of 19, 9 girls and 9 boys. I was the 16th in the family.
The 16th. Okay.
Yeah.
So a busy family.
Busy. My mother was very good, a brilliant cook.
Right, and what can you think of any of the food that you kind of that was your favourite as a child?
Probably stew.
Stew, yeah.
I don't ever remember getting chips because she didn't do chips.
Yeah.
The chips, great
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah. No, and rice. I loved rice. She used to always put jam in it and currant or whatever.
Rice for dessert.
No, rice on a
Or-
Friday.
Oh yeah, I was
On a
thinking of
Friday.
pudding rice, lovely.
Yeah, rice pudding.
I had a brilliant childhood. One of 18, bit of a rebel, so I was. So the older ones would tell me I was.
Yeah,
I
you were
did-
the younger,
I was the youngest of the whole lot, so I was
the youngest of 18.
youngest of 18.
That's a lot of pressure to have.
No.
17 above you.
But you see, everyone kept telling you were bold. You were bold. You got away with murder. Thank God you weren't born when we were, because you would have been killed. So, and now when I think of it, I must have been spoiled rotten. I have a granddaughter now, and last week we were coming home in the taxi, right? We were coming home in the taxi, and she was collecting for a bonfire. And she was in the middle of the road with a trolley. Her hair was long, didn't think she hasn't got his ginger hair. And I said, "What are you doing there?" "I'm only collecting for the bonfire, Nanny." I said, "Get in off that road." And we turned around the taxi, and Bridget says to me, "Just like you." And I burst out laughing. I said, I was always with the fellas, always with the lads, in the thick of it.
The tomboy.
Tomboy. But whatever the lads were doing, I was doing. So I was. Robbed orchard, done everything that I wasn't supposed to do.
And did that wildness continue into your teenage years?
After I was married at 16. No, I wasn't really. I was working. I had to go to work. Because if you didn't work, you were going to be killed stone dead. We get no money off Mammy.
Yeah.
When my father was dead last March.
And what age were you when you started working?
I worked in Barnacle's shop. I was still in primary school. And I used to go in and clean up in the house. And I thought it was great. I used to
Have
clean.
your pocket money.
Yeah, whatever I got. No, it wasn't really a lot. But that because my other sisters used to work in Barnacle's. So I got, when they had the shop then and up in the hill. Remember Mistein shop? It was a shop, but then Barnacle's bought it. And I went in and I worked in that after school for an hour or two.
Right.
Then I got another. I loved I got the factory. Hated the factory with a vengeance. sewing machine.
You got the factory. What age were you when you started in the factory?
In the factory, I had to be 13, 12.
You had to be
well,
13.
14. I had to be. I was 14 anyway when I started in the factory in Belmont in Ballyman. Oh, first of all, I started in the apparel. That was pantomimes.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah. Sweatshop.
The time the people that owned this, right? I can't. But anyway.
Was it a difficult job? It was like
It
physically.
was boring. Sitting doing zzz, that's all you could hear was the machine. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So what I used to do, I used to sew the legs of the trousers together so they sacked me. Because I couldn't go home and see it. I was after walking out of a job. So actually, they sacked me. But I have another job to walk into on Monday.
What was the other job?
Cleaning.
Okay.
And I was as happy as Larry. And Bridget was going to get me killed because I'm telling Mammy, you're looking what you're cleaning. I didn't care. I was cleaning. I was on the go. Right? So anyway, Bridget had an interview for a job in the apparel, and Maura Egan was the supervisor, and she said, Catherine Gaffey, your sister, she said, she says to him, I'll give you a trial, she said.
Childhood was very happy. There was 18 of us in family. None of us fought with one another. We were all good. We all helped one another. We all had our chores to do.
What was your chore? Do you remember?
Couldn't tell you.
A bit of everything.
Yeah.
And you say that you didn't fight with each other. Are you sure now? Are you,
Yeah.
I can't. 18 of you.
But
Yeah.
we talked 2 minutes after.
Yeah.
But that was the joys of it.
That's it. You're a team.
Yeah. If you have a row with anyone, now they'd kill you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
He's all worked for each other.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Well, when I was younger, I used to play what you call, was it Babby House?
Babby House is what was Babby House? Just playing with your dolls and stuff.
A tea set.
Yeah.
Well, at nine you were making tea.
Yeah.
This is where the teapot comes in.
Right.
There was a shore outside our house, and I went out to fill the teapot. But instead of the teapot going down, I went down instead.
I would say that you're lucky to be alive, looking at the falling down a manhole.
Somebody pulled me out.
Yeah.
The man pulled me out.
And was it 10 foot deep?
It was a good foot deep, yeah. It wasn't me to eat, you tried to do it.
Yeah. I'd say it was a scary moment for you, was it? What age were you?
I must have been only about 6 or 7, I'd say.
Right, okay.
Well, this is some painting you'll never forget. I painted this because my first job in the apparel was in the packing, and I never liked it anyway. But come Friday, there was a canteen they run in there, a shop. And come Friday, they owed me all my wages to them for all I ate. I ate my wages, I won't tell a lie to you. And I had no money on a Friday to give my mother. And my sister Kathleen used to, I tell Mammy and you, I'd run out the gate before the bell would go, the clock would go for us, and I'd be gone till Monday. And I'd go back Monday, I'd go to the shop again and tell her, pay her again next week.
Right.
I had no wages when I started.
So what did you buy with your wages?
I ate it, I'm telling you.
Yeah. You have tax. What's tax?
Sweets, I ate.
What tax is the sweet name of the sweets?
Yeah,
Is this right?
yeah. Anything came that could go into my mouth, I ate.
And what's your mother say?
Mammy at that time, she never gave out much, really, God help her. She was very easy going, but of course, Kathleen went in and handed her a few bob, and
Yeah.
I said, well, give something for me. I'd have nothing sure to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, that time it was only £25 a week or something.
But it was a big deal to get your first wage.
Oh, yeah, it was lovely.
What
Get
age
a
were
little
you?
brown packet, 15.
15.
Yeah.
First wage.
And then from house to house I went cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean one house, go to the other house.
And did you have any help or any with the painting? I mean, where did the idea come from for the painting?
She was just asking us about that, no more than that, what we'd like to do. And I was telling her about the story about the job.
Okay.
And she said, would you like to do it? I said, yeah, I would do it, yeah. So
Brilliant.
that's how I done it.
And were you wearing a red dress back then, or is that?
I was wearing the red dress doing that painting. Yeah, and I used to love red anyway.
Yeah, lovely. It's very striking.
Yeah.
So tell me about your painting as part of the Memories painting project you were involved with the Family Resource Centre.
The reason I painted that was Mammy had chickens, and there's one of the chickens called Henrietta, and you had to go out and get the eggs, you know,
Okay.
but she always kept chickens.
Your mother had the chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah. And were laying hens.
Yeah.
And did you sell the eggs or did you use them yourself?
Oh, used them. She used
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Brilliant. It's a beautiful painting, and it's very much kind of it's kind of showing the love a mother has for a daughter, and the
yeah.
whole passing of the eggs from one hand to another. It's
She
great.
did. She did.
Yeah.
She was a good mother and a good father.
Great. So tell me about this painting.
You know, with the group, the Battery Bells,
Yes.
and Karen was one of the women that came to show us how to do the painting.
Okay.
This
Is this yourself?
This is a memory of myself as a young one. God be with this. But there was a field across from our house, Fair Green was the name of it, and we used to always sit there in the summer
Okay.
making daisy chains.
Right. I can see there's plenty of daisies anyway.
So that was one of.
And is the person on the well you as well, as an older person or as an older child?
This was supposed to be me when I was 14. I started my first job.
Okay.
I went to work for a couple, Billy and Dorothy English.
Right. This is in a house, is it?
Yeah, done housework.
Yeah.
And they were very, very good to me. They actually treated me like one of their own
Okay. Yeah.
at the time. A great
And
fun
what-
with their kids.
did they have a well, or it was?
No, there was
a
no
pump?
running water. Well, I can remember the house. We used to go up the road where the college is now,
Yeah.
and there was the pump. So we used to bring the buckets of water down to the house.
Okay. So that your first job when you were 14, was it? Or,
14, I stayed there until I was 18.
okay.
She brought me on my first holiday tackle. She bought me my first bottle of perfume for 7-Eleven.
Was that the first time you were at the seaside?
Yeah.
Right.
So I never left that lawn.
Yeah. Until you were 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I never left it again till I got married. So,
Yeah. What's that lawn mean to you? And
everything.
everything. It's your home.
Home.
Yeah.
Well, my painting is about when I was a little girl and I used to look over Charlie Mills's wall and go robbing the orchard. The apples were so red on the trees, lovely apples, and we'd have lookouts to see who'd get over the wall quick enough, because Sidney Smith was one side. He was another man, he'd orchard, but you couldn't go in there, him would be killed stone dead.
Would this be outside the town, were they rural areas, or were they inside the town?
Oh, up at the top of St. Mary's, over the Bower School is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Up there was a big house there. There was actually 2 houses.
And lovely
And-
apples.
Oh, he'd the best, and his strawberries, and he'd everything in there. But Mammy would give you a basin to go up and get a basin of apples, which would be baking. Now that was okay,
Yeah.
because you had the money, you could go up and you could buy them. But when you hadn't got the money, you wanted to go up and you robbed them. You know, it wasn't rob. It was only.
They're probably on the ground already, were they?
And a few on the ground, there's a few. There's a few on the ground. So one of the lads, of course, I'd get up on the wall, and I'd jump over, and the lads would do lookout.
Right.
Right, that was for Charlie Mills. That was all into that painting because it was lovely big. Any of the girls will tell you, anyone will tell you, they went up St. Mary's Hill and looking at Charlie Mills's orchard. And that was lovely.
That was heaven for a child.
That was heaven. Could you imagine them now? They wouldn't even
Ordered
thank
a-
you for that.
A little house and a tree at the side of it with apples.
Is this your house that you grew up in, or is this some other house?
House I grew up in.
Yeah.
Tell a lies.
Yeah.
And apples on the ground.
Yeah.
In the spring.
Yeah.
And that was my little house.
Your
when
little
I
house.
retire.
When you retire.
When I retire, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And I gave it to the granddaughter.
okay. Yeah.
Oh.
And where's it located, in that lawn? Or in
The
Westman?
house,
Yeah.
Semels, where I grew up.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy the experience of painting?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
Do you think there'd be children falling down manholes?
no, they would not. You're mad. Not at all. Huh?
They wouldn't be let near them.
No, they wouldn't be let near them.
Yeah. It's a different time.
Stuck in computers. That's the straight childhood today, but we never had.
Yeah.
Very, very different today now. When we were growing up, we'd all play together in Assumption Road. And none of it ever had skates, so we got 2 tins.
Two
Cans,
tins?
tin of peas and beans,
Yeah.
Put a hole in them, put our string through it, and tie it on our feet, and we go like that for our skates.
And we
Because
just
we had
slide-
not nets.
That's some crap.
There were so many of us, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And kids were good sharing, but not like now. And if I tell a mine a story, we don't want to hear the old-fashioned stories at all, say. And I think they're lovely to hear.
Yeah.
Hopscotch and, you know, the hula hoop.
Yeah.
And anyway, fact, all the hula hoop wouldn't go around you. You know, you had to go around it, yeah.
And the connections that you made when you were a child with your neighbours and with the
Oh
girls
yeah,
you grew up,
we're
you
really
still, you
good
still know
neighbours.
each other. You still,
Yeah, they're nearly all gone now
Yeah.
in Assumption Road.
Yeah.
But they were really good
You had a great
neighbours.
community there.
I had even my own 2 sisters who were younger. come back to school that time, I used to say, go in there, give me them flowers at woman's garden, I'll give you a half a crown,
Yeah.
or a 9.5 penny,
Yeah.
and you get a penny worth of sweets for them.
Yeah.
And they get killed for being late, I wouldn't, because I went in with a bunch of flowers. You know, they were good times, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't see children out playing out the front for one another, and you don't see them playing hopscotch, skipping, anything. That's all we were doing.
Mm.
We were never let sit in the house
Yeah.
and listen.
Sit in the house in the night time, or sleep in the house, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come in and get fed, go out and play.
Yeah.
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 But now they don't do that.
And do you think children are, in many ways, missing out by that kind of?
I
just
think
being
they
able-
are, because there's too much machines and
Yes.
whatever you call
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know, there was a lot of, you made your own fun in our day, I think. There's a lot of computers and,
Technology.
yeah, now.
Yeah. Can you think of some of the games you were playing as a child?
Marbles was one of my favourite games.
Okay.
Marbles, hopscotch, skipping.
Did you ever play Conkers or anything with the?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
My mother used to put conkers in the oven
Yeah. Yeah.
and we'd tie a lace in them.
Lovely.
Big time a difference. Big difference because of computers and going out playing games. You don't see the imagination children had like we had when we were young.
You invented your own games.
Oh, we had all our own games. We had hopscotch, we had alabala, we had chasing.
What's Alabala?
Alabala, throw the ball over your head, right? And someone would catch it and you put it behind your back.
Yeah. And you have to guess who has it.
And you had to guess who had the ball, right? So if they did, whoever got it right, they were up next.
Okay, I remember that game.
And then we had hopscotch.
Yeah.
So we draw the paintings on the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Go on to one leg. We look for a lovely hickey. You always wanted a good hickey.
What's the hickey?
Stone, a flat
Okay.
stone. That was
Okay.
a hickey.
To throw onto the.
To throw onto
yeah.
the thing. You always wanted a flat stone, and if you threw that,
Yeah.
I guess you hop up along onto them ones.
And did you guys go swimming in the Shannon at all? Was it like
Well, I'd be killed stone dead
Right.
if I went swimming in Shannon.
no go area?
No go area. No go area. We would have been killed if our parents thought we were down to Shannon.
And what about the canal?
Over somewhere else, no canal, the only thing we've over is to Shannon or out to Coulson Point now. We'll go out. I did go out one time out to Coulson Point, get into a boat and someone let the rope go. And I thought in I'd never get, because
You get a fright then, alright. Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
So the safety and stuff that children have today is very different to what you had. It was much wilder. It was to each their own. You had to survive yourself on the
We had to survive, and we were always there for one another. Like with children now, it's
You
brilliant.
minded each other.
We minded each other. And like children now, it's brilliant in school now to go swimming, to learn how to swim, do all them things, computers, music. We had music, we had everything in school, but everything was done whether you liked it or not.
Yes, it wasn't up to the child. You
It
were
wasn't
just,
up to the child, you had to do it.
Mm.
No matter what, if you liked it or not. I mean, even when I was like, there one is to be preparing for a confirmation, I was just going off robbing the orchard again. I must be so mad, I think of it now.
And did you bring the apples into the other boys and girls?
Into the girls.
Or into
a
your
few of the
classmates?
girls are with us. No, well, they got to no, give me a box in the mouth, the boat, the apple. I bet the apple was after going flying. Oh, the nuns were terrible cruel.
Mm.
No, not them all,
Mm.
but some of them.
Mm.
Why are you late? You only live, and actually, from here to across the road was where we lived from the school. I was actually up robbing the orchard again.
So you had no excuse for being late.
I never had an excuse for being late. Never, because you were always sent out early. It was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me.
The rebel.
At the rep, but I cannot say I wouldn't change a bit of what I would. And I'd love to see the children now more into having games and fun than this. And I find myself doing that now with,
Yes.
you know. The grandson came in yesterday, Bobby, and he's talking about I was asking about school and the whole lot. So how are you getting on now? I'm getting on good now, he said. And I said, what do you think of your teacher? Sarah's lovely, he said. And I said, oh, is he? Yeah. And he says, I said, what are you getting off Santi? Now he knows. Right. And I said, what are you getting? Well, I'm getting, what do you call it, tablet?
Oh, tablet, yeah.
That they need for school as well.
Right.
Because there's a few, what's some word he used anyway. And I looked at his dad and I was like,
Yeah.
you
Different
know,
times.
different times.
Yeah.
So, all I wouldn't like now to be I loved the childhood I had. I wouldn't like the childhood I have now. It's completely different. You know, it's a lovely childhood for them. They can talk to people and do things where we couldn't. They can do what we were show up, weren't we?
Well, it's different in a very big way. We were always got up in the morning, you had your washing, dressed when you know at school, out to play, you were called for your lunch and back out to play, and called for your tea and back out to play. But now they never leave the rooms. They
Right.
have these,
Devices and
yeah. And I don't think it's good for them.
yeah.
Okay, it's just because there's so many in the family, they don't come as much as they used to.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah. But was it difficult to get used to that kind of like not being in contact as much?
Yeah,
seeing
not
each
being
other?
able to go out
Yeah.
as much as they used to.
Yeah.
Huh?
We didn't get sick of it now, thank God, but we were very lonesome. I had to give up the school and never seen Catherine, Bridget, or Nobby, or Anne, or any of them, and I really did miss them because I seen no one. And no one
When
was
you
allowed
say
in.
give up to school, what do you mean?
I do the lollipop,
That's right.
and I didn't see the children because they keep me going. I
Okay.
do now. They're, you know, I do a good old laugh at them, and
Yeah.
sure. And I missed the girls terrible because we play bingo in Catherine's house and all that.
Okay.
We lost out and everything.
So that's a huge part
Oh,
of
it
your...
was now, I tell you true. I used to hear passing the gate, I'd cry.
Was it the first time in your life you were isolated like that?
Yeah, I can honestly say that now, and I have 6 children.
Yeah.
It's the first time ever that I couldn't come near us.
Yeah. It's a strange
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, it was hard now.
And did you take up anything?
I didn't tell the truth. I was going to take up drinking, smoking again, but I
A nice hobby.
didn't. Yeah.
The children couldn't come down, nobody. And then I got COVID.
You got it yourself.
Yeah, I had to stay on my own.
Yeah.
I hate staying on my own.
And how was like how sick were you?
Very sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sick.
Yeah. Were you scared?
I was
Yeah.
terrified. I wouldn't go to the hospital if they said it
Yeah.
because you wouldn't come out.
So you're just using your phone and telling people.
Yeah.
Because we're very close family with all the sisters, and apart from that, missing my own grandchildren, not being able to come into the house.
Mm.
In lots of ways it affected us.
You were saying you took up walking. Was that one of the things you started?
Yeah, except for my youngest sister Catherine.
Yes.
Went
Yeah.
walking every day.
Is it getting harder and harder to keep motivated for as
I
this
wish
goes on longer?
I
and
could
longer?
do with walking again. No, we occupied our mind by getting out and walking.
Yeah.
It's the only way other than that. Because every so often you get a real lonely feeling. It was
So-
hard when you couldn't have the grandchildren coming into you,
Mm.
or even your friends, because we were always... First time I heard of the pandemic, I hadn't got a clue what
You
it
thought it
was.
was going to last for a few days, maybe. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was coming home from Galway, and I was with my sister and her daughter, and I got a phone call. We were planning a party for my sister-in-law for her 60th in April. She was to come to Athlone.
Mm.
And next thing I got a phone call saying you'll have to cancel that party.
The first cancellations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was never grounded in my life, and it felt grounded.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
when you're, when you're not used to being confined, it's
Yeah.
hard to get used to.
It is hard.
Yeah.
But we done there was a thing on a GoFundMe for a young lad who was sick to have an operation in America. So it was a mile a day for the month of May.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
great motivation.
So we done that.
Well done.
And I actually seen parts of Athlone that I never even knew existed.
Well, Athlone is like that. It's kind of a town like that where there's a lot of winding streets. And
Yeah.
I'm still
Beautiful.
finding my way. I'm still getting lost. I'm a blow-in, but I'm still getting lost.
Yeah, well, I'm nearly 70 and looking,
Yeah.
I've never seen places, even down Burgess Park.
Yeah.
There's such beautiful walkways and all.
Yeah.
So
You're discovering new things at least.
discovering an awful lot as you get older.
Yeah.
A very sad effect to watch your grandchildren not being able to come into the house to you. Your children not be handing things in the window. Going for walks, going down to see, we lost our sister, a very close sister. She wasn't, we used to go down and we used to say, actually myself and Bridget said we'd go down to Starfridge today and just see how Mother's doing. And we go down and she was fading away in front of us. And my brother-in-law died from COVID. And the saddest funeral we were ever at. Just the family couldn't even go and give her sister a hug.
Yes.
You know, all them things. And then our sister went in for surgery in Tullamore Hospital, and we were after being away. We had it planned, so we got away for one night, the bus. So when we were coming back on the bus, Mary rang us. She said, will you come to the, what way are you coming back? Are you coming back through Tullamore? And we said, we are. Well, will you come and just wave at me in the hospital? So we all got off the bus and we rang her. And she was waving out of the hospital at all us waving up her. And we couldn't even go, couldn't even give her a hug.
Yes.
So she died in July this year. You know, so
Yeah.
it had a terrible effect on us that, thank God we were able to be there with her when she died. But we weren't able to be there with her when she was so sick. We couldn't last year.
Yeah.
That was last year. I think was the worst year ever for anybody. So it was. But sure, look at. We have memories that no one can take away from us.
That's it. Yeah.
And I hope it never comes back. And we have great experience, great memories of our childhood. And I'd like to think our grandchildren that this pandemic just goes.
Yeah, you do think about the younger people.
Yeah, that they can have have a childhood like us.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Yeah.
Not this everything little granddaughter coming in doing her hands.
It's just there's no freedom in it. There's,
No.
yeah.
Oh, that's it. Hope is gone now. Hope is nearly gone. I hope it goes, and in our children or grandchildren's lifetime it doesn't come back again. Too sad.
Had a big one because the biggest part of mine are in England
Okay.
and I couldn't get home.
Okay.
And I know I haven't got much time left, so I'd
Yeah.
love to see them one more time before anything happens.
You're talking about your sisters or brothers, or
Me children, me
your
own
children?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What was the longest period you went without seeing them?
2 years,
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So they're coming. There's 2 of them coming this year.
Oh, great. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the biggest thing is not seeing me sisters
Yeah.
over the last 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Can't
hard.
go anywhere.
Yeah. And did you use any of the screen things or any of the Zoom things or anything like that? Did you try any of that? Do you know to call people on the video calls or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I have a phone and I talk to them every night
Yeah. Yeah.
on the phone, yeah.
You'd be lost without that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
time. The only advice I have for the youngers,
Yeah.
the young ones today, or anyone out there, anyone that hasn't got their injection, get it.
Mm. Yeah.
And wear their face mask and keep
Yeah.
their hands washed.
Don't fall down manholes.
So for stay at home in your own house.
I'd like people to listen. Oh,
Listen.
yeah, and really listen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
listen.
say yeah and go off and laugh at me.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
try and listen. Do
Yeah.
the best. That's all I ask them.
Because people who have lived a life have
Oh,
knowledge to pass
stop.
on.
And I know, and more than my friends know. We've all been there, but
Yeah.
please God,
And I
something
think
turn
that's
around for us.
that's one of our jobs as people to pass on our knowledge
Yeah,
to
exactly,
younger.
100%. I hope they do listen to us. No.
To do what you're asked to do, especially now that we have the COVID. And take it easy with drink and things like that, you know, and drugs.
Be happy in yourself, be yourself, and have respect for each other.
Be careful when they're out,
When you mean out at night?
yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere,
Mm.
you know, make sure they have face covered.
Yeah. Well, that's a piece of advice because of the world we're living in at the moment.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
be careful.
And it's going to go on for a long time.
Mm.
Hopefully. It won't. I hope to see an end to it.
Pay your bills. Pay your way in life. Get up in the morning for work. Enjoy your life. Respect. Please respect one another. Respect works both ways. You give it and you'll get it.
Very good catch.